2004 tsunami, that was triggered by a massive 9.2 magnitude quake that struck off the coast of Sumatra. Nearly 228,000 people in South Asia were killed as a result, and more than 87,000 people were killed in the 2008 quake in Sichuan, China. The magnitude of that one, well, that was 7.9, and it left millions homeless, and it caused an estimated $86 billion worth of damage. Then in 2005, a massive quake in northern Pakistan and India. That killed 79,000 people, and it left millions more homeless. And when you bear in mind the numbers dead, and then we're talking about 8.8, and right now the death toll we're getting at this point in time, 147.
That is why we are treading so carefully, because the number, frankly, seems out of proportion to the damage that we've seen and the measurement that scientists have made of the quake that caused all the destruction. 8.8, one of the worst earthquakes ever recorded, and so far casualty figures, dreadful as they are still less than 200 compared to the tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands we've seen in comparable situations. We're following the story closely, but clearly we haven't gotten to the bottom of just what this quake has done. One witness said simply that the earth opened up. We'll look at the impact, and we'll bring you the latest developments in our continuing coverage of the earthquake that struck Chile, a magnitude 8.8 quake that struck in the middle of the night. At least 147 have been killed. When the quake struck, its epicenter off the coast of the center of the country. Buildings have collapsed, roads and bridges, as you can see, have been destroyed, and there have been trying to make their way through damaged cities and literally a changed landscape after the 8.8 magnitude quake that struck Chile overnight. We know at least 147 people are dead, but the government has been very clear that it simply doesn't know the extent of the destruction. It doesn't know the extent of the deaths. It is counting, it is surveying the situation, and it's trying to reach the areas that are still cut off.
The only sounds out here are helicopters that continue to circle overhead and the warning sirens. They've been sounding them on and off every couple of minutes just to let anyone know that's in the coastal areas to evacuate, to get out of the area. They should have been cleared out there, and there are police patrolling the area to make sure it's clear. But they keep sounding the sirens to make sure everyone knows that the waves are on the way.
This is interesting shot there. This is a Saturday midday at Ala Moana Beach Park, one of the most famous beach parks here on the south shore of the island of Oahu.
Very eerie.
They are telling the public to stay away from the roads and to be extremely careful coming close to any of these roads. Now, keep in mind, Fred, and let me just move away from the translation for a moment. This is the main road that connects the south to Santiago itself, and that's what it looks like. It's in some areas that I just saw moments ago, you can't drive on it. I mean, there's huge wedges in the road itself. Parts of the road have collapsed. Obviously, some of the bypasses, like you see here, the pedestrian bypasses have collapsed as well. So this is what they're dealing with now. The biggest problem they're dealing with right now that they seem to be talking about in the coverage is the condition on the roads are destroyed on some of the main roads connecting Santiago proper to the southern region, like Concepcion and Champa, where the actual damage has occurred.
Pretty exciting.
Looking at that finger of reef right now, it definitely seems unusual that reef was exposed just about 5 minutes ago, and now it's been covered up by water. And I've seen the surf get a little bit more choppier than it was just a few minutes ago. So this could be related to one of the initial waves coming on shore here in Honolulu, but albeit a small one.